I can't keep track.
Speaking of popular, you know what? I think you need to be more popular.
I think I need some shopping therapy, Daryl.
I think so.
I don't know if you ever do this. I mean, my wife, she feels like her life is complete if she just goes out and she browses, maybe does some window shopping. You know,
sure.
Oh, let's go over here. Let's go look at Macy's windows. Let's go look at Berger's is gone. I don't even know where women go anymore. They go to Kohl's,
Target, Home Goods. My wife's at Home Goods all the time.
Kohl's Bucks, is that a thing?
Yeah,
yeah. So you know, I don't know if it's the same thing in your house, Daryl, but my wife loves to shop. But if I shop, it's a problem.
Is there a difference in the dollar amounts we're shopping with or for?
Maybe, because sometimes when I'm in my window shopping is so much more practical. I don't drag her out. I don't say, hey, let's go to East Peoria so I can go look at cars. I just bring it right to her. I literally lift my laptop up and I hold it up and I say, look at what I found. And I get shot down like a dog in the street every time. Yeah. You know what? It's fine. This is what marriage is. It's a one-way street. You know what? That's Cars of the Week, folks. Cars of the Week.
That was your intro. Nice. Well played.
Yeah, thank you.
I was going to say your Michael J. Fox was good, but that might have just topped it.
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, Cars of the Week is where Daryl and I, we invariably find cars online, and we think, I swear to God, so close. You know, if I could just get my hands on this car. Not as close as last month's episode, where I almost bought a car within like $10. But
you really dodged a bullet there, my friend.
No doubt.
Really did.
Yeah. But no, we're ready. We have sold this in our soul, and generally speaking, it gets knocked down in one fell swoop. And that's kind of where I was at this week. I didn't tell my wife about this car. I did tell you and Jake about it, though.
Okay, so that's where I know this showed up in a group chat.
It did.
Okay.
And I tell you what, I was enamored by this car. This is on Bring a Trailer. It's a 39,000-mile 2010 Bentley Continental Flying Spur. I mean, the Flying Spur name alone is worth like 10 or 15 grand, right?
I would think so.
And this car is only 14 years old. It's a 39,000-mile car. It's beautiful. Let me read a little bit of the description, but I want you to know this while I read it. This car has a California and Hawaiian title. So you know it's been well taken care of. It's a 2010 Continental. It's a Flying Spur. It's powered by a twin turbocharged 6-liter W12. I've never even owned a W12, Angela. I mean, come on. We got to have one in our lifetime, right?
Sure.
It powers all four wheels, so it's 6-speed automatic transaxle. It's a cypress gray color. It's very classy. It's beige leather. Has torsion center differential, has 20-inch spoke wheels, which they seem like a luxury 14 years ago, but it's kind of like, I think even my Highlander comes with that. Right. It's got a glass sunroof. It's got bi-xenon headlights. That's very progressive for its time. Soft closed doors, parking sensor, heated ventilated roofs and seats, and rear view camera, 12-speaker sound system, cruise control, all that good stuff. But again, 39,000 miles. This is a gorgeous car. Again, Hawaii car, W12, 6-liter. Yes, I want that. 39,000 miles. Even if it's a Bentley and I can't afford to maintain the car, how much can be wrong with it at 39,000 miles? Probably not a whole lot. What are you laughing at?
No, it's fine.
What are you laughing
at? I'm sorry, keep
going.
Sorry.
Now, to be fair, to think about this, the car ended up selling on Bring a Trailer for $34,000. Which looked like a pretty good deal because the MSRP of this car was $177,000.
Wow.
And if you bought the car in Illinois, you got hit with that additional 5% luxury tax. So you were paying $197,000. This is a $200,000 rig driven 40,000 miles that you could get for $34,000. I mean, this is a no-brainer, folks. I mean, if Bitcoin fell that much, you'd buy $30,000 in Bitcoin just knowing it's going to turn back around, right? I did the math, so you don't have to.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, I'm looking at I'm checking your work here.
So it's $163,000 in depreciation over 14 years. That seems like a lot, but when you break it up by 14 years, that's only $11,000 a year. Now, to be fair, if you bought a new Yukon today, you'd probably lose $11,000 right off the bat, right?
Yeah.
And maybe even the second year you might lose $10,000. So, I mean, we ask a lot here, $11,642 per year, to be really specific. Or if you break it up by the mileage, and this is where it gets a little bit of conundrum, because I think with that low mileage, that car should be worth more. But
I would think so.
I would think so too. But realistically, the drop was $4 per mile. That person drove that car. Every mile they drove, that 39,000 miles, that car depreciated $4 plus. That doesn't seem like much. I mean, and I did the math again. You know what we do, Daryl, on the weekends?
You do math?
My wife, no.
I don't know.
During the week in my office, I do the math. This is what I do when I don't want to work. So my wife and I, if we're going to lollygag on the weekend and we don't want to work around the house, what do? We drive to Costco. And I live out in Tremont, Illinois. It's just a saunter of 17 miles to Costco and then come back. So 34 miles round trip. If you do the math at $4 for round trip, that's only $136 for a round trip to Costco and back for the weekend, right?
That's way more than an Uber.
Oh, plus gas. That didn't include gas either.
And you figure gas with a twin-turbo 6-liter W12 is probably 10.
And if it takes premium, God bless it, you know.
Yeah. So none of this seems like a good financial decision, even at $34,000. You're still going to stand by this?
Yes, I think this. If I'm going to buy a Bentley, would you rather buy a Bentley from like the mid '80s or the early '90s, or would you just go for one right from 2010?
No, honestly, this is smarter. But both of those
you said it.
These are your words. I feel like that's still not a great decision either way, but that is a significant cost savings, and it will cost you the same amount to maintain a 2010 Bentley as it would a 2024. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about, I feel like that's not that many miles for a car like this, and I started laughing because it's not, and there's a reason why. Maybe it's because it was titled in Hawaii. Maybe it didn't travel that much. You can only go so far in Hawaii.
Yeah, sure.
But I feel like there's probably another reason why. And I look at things like twin turbo, British car, W12 motor.
But it's a Volkswagen W. Is it the same W12 that would have been in the?
Like the Phaeton. And, yeah.
That's even better. So it's got a little heritage with another manufacturer, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Soft
so
close.
if I need to get a gasket or something, I can just run down to the VW store.
Sure. Yeah, you can just do that. Just go to the VW store.
Let's go to Auto House
and be like,
I need a head gasket for a W12.
Are you putting this on yourself, sir? Oh, yeah. My garage, my tools. These tools don't fit on this car. The other funny part.
What was the sign? The line from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. My cousin's got a toolbox or something like that.
I forget. Yeah.
Anyway,
I need to watch that movie again. No, good pick. I will say this. I like the color on that car probably more than most of you see are like that pearl white.
Yes.
Or black, or kind of a flashier kind of like more formal color. This makes it look like approachable. In fact, at first glance, I kind of looked at it and I'm like, that's a Jaguar S-Type. It's not, but it could be.
It's a gigantic car. I think in real life, if you were to get close to it, I mean, look at that slider patio door that's next to the hood.
Yeah, that's like a 10-foot slider. The hood's that big. Yeah, I give you credit, man. You kind of stepped outside your comfort zone with this one.
Oh, this one's totally off. Nobody could have picked this one from a mile away.
Gray Poupon.
Yes.
I think that you need that and this car, and have a nice time.
Like I said, and like I told you and Jake, that Angela could just blow to work at 100 miles an hour in this thing.
Sure, she could.
And as Jake noted, that she does the same thing in the Prius, so she really doesn't need a Bentley to do that.
Nah, use 3 times the fuel.
Yeah,
probably more than that. Good pick.
Thanks.
I applaud that.
Cars
effort.
of the week. This is what it's all about.
I think.
Why pick something you would normally buy, Daryl Scott?
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me.
All right, what's your pick?
This thing. Oh, by the way, you did some more math.
Oh, I did do a quick